We're back. If we're to enter the Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure permission from the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind. What about Scholar Montagane? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. We can try him. To settle, let's head to the phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Alright, she's following us. Hell yeah. Let's go over there then. Here, talk with them, so we don't get another lesson on books and ink. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Travel. Void travel. So I'm looking forward to seeing. Yeah, I'm excited. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daimir has laid dormant in Charlotte's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Ah, marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason to present your request to the Forum's consideration. Hell yeah. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Who? Why, Master Fortunal, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortunal on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we'll pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our cause. Ah, one last thing before you go. I would consider a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make of the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way into indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Scholark. We'll be sure to pass on any revelations. Okay. Let's keep going. Actually, any dialogue? Oh no, I can just... She's still following me. Yeah. Ah, Master Masumi, Mistress Shistola, how may I be of service? You come to speak with Master Fortunal. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Alright. Let's bother him for a little bit. see what he thinks. Well, well, Emilius would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not for social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Well, then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Yeah, I guess we're telling him of our plan to open a void gate, go to the Forbidden Library. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. The Scarlet Monster Chain expressed as much the same sentiment, I assure you. Will not attempt to circumvent the Forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very much the mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Okay, so we're telling what we did in the first. Do not celebrate just yet. The Forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations, and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Okay, so they're gonna have a little court session for our request. Okay, I guess we just wait. Over at a little clubhouse. Here they are. So, what did the Forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That's true, we did save the world. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed to that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That's wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I'm sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it's not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and I bid you good day. Alright, I guess he's heading out. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, aye? But that is the very stoicism that is exactly what Charlie needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. So we turn this quest in. Oh, hey. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. Now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Damir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Okay. Just gotta take it easy. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. And you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. No, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Okay, shall we? Alright, let's keep going. She's still following us. Let's head over and get to that forbidden library. Archon Yustolan, guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Yes. Follow me if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Okay, so let's check this out. This music, my god. Jazzy. This is the restricted tomes.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Alright. Let's see what we're gonna find. I like this music. It's good music. Okay, let's go search for books. Let's go. Let's find. Let's go look at that leather-bound log. I see. Oh wow. Epiphanies of House Damir. Advanced method of manipulating the rift spanning. Oh, did we already find it? Okay, that was fast. The search. Research notes. Faculty of Showing Studium is both a token of our friendship and expression of our boundless admiration. Alright, well, that was fast. First one. We found your book. Has something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies. I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Alright. Take it easy, Y'shtola. Well done, Masami. I think you may have found our prize. Okay, let's see what we get.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Alright, what are we gonna find? What's in these books? Again, just vibing to the music. Music is good. Oh, it's, Atmos.
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
Yeah, because, I don't know if this corresponds, but I know in Labyrinth, when we fight the Atmos, where people always fuck up going down the wrong paths, it kind of just summons random enemies that we have, that the people need to fight.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations.
This is cool learning of these things.
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings reveal that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
No shit.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
Okay, so they made an artificial Atmos?
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Sent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
Is that a thing from 1.0? I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of it, I mean. But that's something from 1.0.
House Damir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
Okay.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves?
She's gonna stay behind.
But that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Okay. She's gonna end up sneaking in sometime in the future, I know. Alright then. That's cool. What a nerd. Oh, more stuff has been added to my little lore book. That's cool. It's cool the game does give you a lore book. Where would it be? Yeah, codex. Oh my god. Yeah, look at this. This lore book. That's cool. As much as I would have loved to start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, I know a Hannish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daimir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled. Security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nadana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the great work. Okay, let's head back now. Your still tells me you're pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be a part of it. I have no doubt you'll be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters, this is the mark of House Daimir. I never knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in the Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was, but that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome is filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it. Alright, I guess it all works out. To think the Daimir were developing such a marvelous technique so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daimir project that had been that had even the redoubtable skulls of Charlian trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You're a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big mouth simulacrum once we built it? So there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today's the day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we finish gathering the components I require. Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need go no further than the font of Maya, the ascetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there is now known to enliven the flow of aether. That sounds perfect. If you'd be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Vitra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? We meet back here anon. Okay, let's go get some special water, I guess. So where would I go to find this then? Over there. Let's go. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Masumi. No problem. I will take Skill speed, because these are all shit for me. I think. Void theory. Okay. Look who I came across. Estinians seemed in need of diversion, and we, in turn, may have need of his lance. Right then, another little party's assembled. Let us make our way to the ruins. Yeah, Estinian is here. I didn't even know it's Estinian. We'll have need of Mathieu's boat again. Not this time. Once Yushtol informed me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akiali. Your Excellency is ever the gracious host, shall we? Let's go on this special boat. Okay, let's see what this is.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was
Cute
a secret
cutscene.
I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
Okay, it's all the shit we got for her.
What is it you're doing now?
Yeah, but that's the same thing, Estinian.
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
You're asking me? Well, it saved all you guys and saved everybody in the tower, so I think I trust the scale. Say nothing can look meaningfully at Estinian. I'm gonna do that one.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
We needn't attempt anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough.
I like those was like a comedy dialogue option. I should probably use them more often.
Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Okay, so she's gonna summon something to send through the portal.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
This fucking sounds.
Water, water, froth and foam!
Okay.
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh my god.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Magical girl transformation. No, it wasn't. She didn't go completely nude and have like conveniently placed light over her. And we're saying these things as the equivalent of hell in this game. It should be fun. Oh, she's sad.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
Oh, so this is what she first summoned when she was like 7 or something. Okay, that's funny. She had conveniently placed clothes. And well, I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, some cutscenes some cutscenes in Heavensward and Shadowbringers a little different. I remember back in Shadowbringers and back in Heavensward. Don't worry.
I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve as well.
She's just embarrassed.
This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
This is what the fuck he saw.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Alright, let's see if we gotta fight something. Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know. Let us begin, shall we?
Okay, opening the lean pot.
Nixies, into the void.
This is so stupid. I love it. Alright, so what's gonna happen now? Now that we've done that. Hold on, I want to talk to her. We wait for a time to ensure the meaningful result. Be patient, keep watch for intruders. Oh, okay, we just wait. I thought she's having anything, like, funny to say. Okay, so let's see. What's gonna happen? How these little water things are gonna do in hell, pretty much. Is there anything?
I think we've waited long enough.
Oh, okay, we're calling them back.
Nixies, return to my side. Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Yeah, it's tripping out. It had too much lean in the portal. Oh shit. Uh-oh.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
What's gonna come through? Oh shit. Alright, yeah, we gotta we gotta close the portal now.
the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Okay.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
So with this little water dude.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
So yeah, we need the scales to go in.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
So it's like tempering, pretty much.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Ooh, shit, okay.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives.
Yeah, so it seems like it was all
The
building up.
13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness.
Okay, it was like the opposite of the first. First had too much light, this one's too much dark.
In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void.
So they fucked up. God damn it, Emmett. Ugh.
You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
That's another special part to it. I'm assuming if you did the Warring Triad, that little segment with the kid is unique.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian
Oh, did all the
expanse,
role quests? Ooh, shit.
infested with
Never mind.
legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
Yeah, I only did the tank role quests in Shadowbringers. I haven't done all of them. That's interesting.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way.
E10, what was E10 again? E10 these nuts. I don't know. What was E10? E10 wasn't the dog, was it? I forgot what E9 was. E10 was the dog, I think. E11 was the fuse. Okay, E10 was the dog. I see, okay.
first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
I probably should do the...
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos.
I probably should do the role quest for Shadowbringers. I think I can do the I can do caster, melee, DPS, but I can't do heal. I don't have a heal at level 80 yet.
Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
Send me a vid. You can send it in the Discord. I'm not sure if you send a link in the Twitch chat, I'll just automatically delete it. If you can find it, yeah, okay. All good. So that's this quest. So this is the last one for the patch. Yay! So yeah, 3.5 hours roughly to finish one patch. Not bad. Okay. See what we got. Once the Donna succeeds in replicating a mock Atmos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more than my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I've no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must do first. Sitting is just heading out. It'd be cool. So what? Ooh, so maybe 7.0 could be exploring the 13th. That's interesting. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? At least I had a good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Ahem. Shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding skill can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemists who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Sid. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let's visit their operation in Ralgar's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Okay. Off to Ralgar's Reach. I wonder if Alpha will be there. Let's find out, I guess. Oh, we're just taking it. Alright, it's just taking us here. What are these quests, Jill? Another striking opportunity. I forget what that quest is. And then this is the Magitech terminal is just Omega Savage, so I still need to unlock those fights. But I will eventually. Losby, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually. President, actually, assuming he's available. Master Sid? Certainly, I'll see if he has a moment free. Alright. Let's see if good old Sid is free. A pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Yeah, I guess we're explaining it to him. We need help strengthening the scale. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon in that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. Seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface. In the Discord, all good. As much of the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds, in which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the skill from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coding agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. For far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing when utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, you said. Nero's compiled data of the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with a design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. Alright. It's always good having to come see Cid. I think we can leave the rest in Cid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nadana is getting on with the mock Atomos. All right, this has been a fun patch. Started off as a treasure hunt. Ended off with void gates and stuff like that, trying to figure out how to open one to mount a dragon rescue mission.
Hey Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records.
My God.
What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Oh, okay.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
Okay, wow, so is he going to be joining us? Is Vitra going to be hanging out with us for a little bit?
And for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Oh shit.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Oh wow, so everyone's coming in. Or is these just more researchers?
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Oh, there's Astinian.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Man, I love Astinian. Ooh.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzadhan.
So is he gonna come with us?
My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan
He
will
is.
depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Ooh.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
Cool, so we got, yeah, a new friend.
Not dare make you cry.
New friend joining us for the journey. At least for a little while, I hope. It'd be fun to have him around. I do like the dragons. The dragons are really cool. You surprise me, Astinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vitra reach this conclusion. Just for the greater good, the worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the palace racked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer, then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Radatoskir's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there's a chance we can spare Veach with that pain, then I shall follow you. Just the 4 of us. Any former scions we should call in? I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We 4 should be sufficient to our purpose. Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let's reconvene outside Megaduda. Okay, so I guess that makes sense. The flood of light was kind of stopped, thankfully, in the first, but there was no one to stop the flood of darkness in the 13th, so it's just kind of whole just fucked. Okay, so this is the end of the quest. This is the end of the patch. So let's see what we got to look forward to for the next bit of the story. And so we require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Excuse me. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. Alright, there goes that dude. As you heard, we'll have you settled into Megaduda in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in search for Ajdaya. Proving comfortable quarters is the least I could do. Or providing comfortable quarters. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I'm grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I will turn to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidana. If you have preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th, now's the time. Alrighty. I guess, yeah, this leaves us off. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means to me, Masumi. My purpose need not consume you as well. We're headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Okay, then. So yeah. Probably 6.2 we'll get going into the void. Maybe. I'll take direct hit, because I think I need a bit more of those. I'll throw a couple in my armor in a bit. So we're getting a little post-quest tease. Yeah, meanwhile on the 13th. Alright. What are you gonna tease us with, game? So yeah, so this is what we saw in the first quest of the patch. This guy, I don't know, I think this is Xenos that somehow survived. Oh, shit, a Reaper. Is it, actually? Okay, hold on. So no, okay, I don't think it is Xenos anymore.
Unless I am returned.
Or is this the...
To this world, bereft of service.
Because I know in Reaper lore they kind of fuse with a void scent. So did killing Xenos free the Void Scent and send him back here? I don't know. I'm sure if we... I don't know. I have expected Xenos to just pop up out of nowhere again and be like, hello friend, let's fight again. But boy, that's the quest. That's the patch. 6.1 is done. But yeah, that was fun. I'm excited to look forward to the next bit of story coming up next. But before then, I know we got some stuff to work on. We got to do the EX3, which I'll probably get to work on Thursday, and the Alliance raid, which depends if we have enough time. We'll get to that. But for now, this is the end of the MSQ segment. So we got some more stuff to do. Oh yeah, another thing. I know there's a lot of streamers going to FanFest. I will not be going to FanFest, so I'll be streaming this game while they are gone. So I will be your 14 streamer in the meantime. I will be your strummer, don't worry. But yeah, joking aside, if you do want to drop a follow, if you're new, I would appreciate it. I got a current follower goal set up at 350. We're honestly been getting there pretty decently, in my opinion. So if you want to help us work towards that goal, go for it, I say. It's appreciated.